be willing to own autonomy and putting this solution on their machine. And this machine will be shipped, will be sold to managers, to fleet managers in construction site, in very similar, let me say, buildings site, very similar to what is going to happen with companies like Uber, for instance, is one of the simplest name that comes to my mind, where Uber in essence is a fleet manager of cars. And when the full autonomy will come, Uber will manage cars fully autonomous for its customer. And the market will be more and more divided into who the manufacturer between the manufacturer of these machines and this machine providing services to their customers. So more and more we see this split coming. And here we start our journey trying to support distribution, small and medium OEMs with our package, with our autonomy package. Basically, the package is the XM100 that will be launched this month, by the way, and with some features, hardware features integrated into the device, but developed with an eye to the external sensors that are coming more and more as important and key piece of the machine itself, like LiDARs, like radars, and with the support of the software of the autonomous control library. This package, hardware and software, will be able to support the different kind of use cases like the row following, obstacle detection, and task automation, and many others that we will see later on. Here we are not talking only about just a piece of hardware, a very strong piece of hardware that we will see later in next slide what is the power of this. But we are talking about a package. The software together with the power of the controller will bring the autonomy to the machine itself. So here we are talking about the XM100 compared to the we are currently selling to our customers that are in the product portfolio of Danfoss. Basically, the next I cannot say alternative, but the next product we have in our product portfolio that can be compared to the XM100 in terms of computational power, in terms of memory, is the M1000. They share the same IMX microprocessor, but in the XM100 is a quad core respect to a dual core, running faster, megahertz faster, with a bigger memory in terms of flash of RAM. So here they are almost comparable. But the nice part is that we increased the power of the inertial mass unit embedded into the XM100 with of the positioning systems, and we left the other point unaltered, like the signal LED and the audio output, and the fact that it is not a SIL2 device. Compare to this XM100 to 104 or MC050, you can see how huge is the difference between a standard microcontroller developed for direct machine control, but where the decision layer is performed by an operator, and the computational power that you need in case of the decision layer is demanded to a controller. The previous slide was ending with a row regarding safety, and just to try to answer questions that come to your mind, here we want to talk about safety for the package. And basically, we try to summarize it this way. The software has been developed using our Plus One guide tool that is certified at every standard, and we document the software of the autonomous control library where we can do and where it is applicable. So from the point of view of the software, this is developed accordingly to our standard. Regarding the XM100 is not a preset roller. We can supply all the basic and relevant information like the mean time to failure, dangerous, and the diagnostic coverage to our customer, to you. And with this data, you will to use this data in your system and verify if you can achieve the required safety level or not, or you need to change the architecture or whatever you need in that case. We want to also remind that every different for different kind of market we are serving. So it is, and since autonomy has already started, especially in automotive, but is relatively new in our market. So the standards coming already settled, but there is an evolution, and therefore important that the application is going to be developed according to the relevant standard for the machine, where the machine in the same market. And of course, we cannot take care of all, but is up to the developer to accordingly to that standard. Now let's have a look. What about the autonomous control library, the 2.0? For guide developers, you may have seen that is already released the ACL 1.0. It is including some features, some blocks, especially regarding positioning, but more is coming. And here, like a Lego brick, you can see what are the areas, what are the blocks that we are going to give you some more support, and what are the applications that you can develop with those blocks, having those blocks in your at your disposal. And we are going to increase the blocks of positioning with some additional blocks, path following, the feature identification, the area coverage, the end of turn, and more software regarding additional sensor to correctly manage these sensors that are coming more and more in the market, the obstacle detection, and the indoor localization. And let's see what will be released with the ACL 2.0, because our package is made by and the software, because the hardware itself is meaningless without the software. And the software, the Autonomous Control Library 2.0, you can see on the first column the ACL 1.0 and what is currently released from the point of view of these basic blocks, these bricks to build your solution that you can use to build your solution. And what we foresee to be released by October and next spring. So here you have a quick overview of what's coming by October and next spring. And there are, you can see that there are very different kind of bricks of library blocks that can be used for the different solution that you can again, path following, obstacle detection is very important, sensor management, where you can manage different kind of sensors, feature identification, area coverage, and so on. So these are the for the short future. More into the details of some. For instance, agricultural is one of the market where we could apply these blocks, where we can apply these blocks, and this market is one of the market where the autonomy is already being adopted more and more. Just think about some or the early stage of autonomy, like the steering solution. This is widely well known, but is one of the market where there is high workers, but they are inexperienced because they are seasonal very, very often, and it is very difficult to find workers that have experience. And in this case, the autonomy can bring this, can help to bring these unexperienced workers to the right level to keep high the efficiency and the productivity of the machines while doing this the task of harvesting or seeding or whatever the task is. Another typical use case is mowing, where machine have to be used mow, of course, the field and to cover some way areas. The example here is to mow some field, some playing fields, and the nice part of the software that here can help the developer in finding the right solution is that, for instance, you can record with the path tracker and the edge of the area that has to be mowed, and the machine then can help the operator in covering in the best way the area to be mowed, and this can be done fully autonomously, with of course with the supervision of of the operator. Another kind of use case is ground support when bringing good material or even stairs to close to the airplane. This is one of the tasks that has to be performed as fast as possible. Passengers impatient on the airplane that wanna get up or down of the airplane, but has to be very carefully done. And the main reason is obvious, that you don't have to damage the airplane. damaging the airplane would result in a delay in the best case, or in a repair in the worst case, and that of course means a lot of money that are going away for the driver of the machine, for sure. And with the support of lidars, this is a typical use case where a distance or approaching in the right manner autonomously will support the operator to attach or detach, to lock or to unlock from the in a secure manner. And in this case, Aotonomy can bring a lot of support to this kind of functionalities. Another example, another use case that we are bringing is in road building with the compactor use case. In this case, is pretty similar some way to the moving example. We have a machine that has to compact a certain area, and it is the autonomous system is instructed to follow and make a U-turn and to cover a particular area. The nice part, like in the Mo case, is that the area coverage is taking into consideration also the machine size, because these are information available to the autonomous system. So based on the roller size, of course, you may need more or less going back and forward, and then you can reduce or increase. You need to reduce or to increase the number of U-turn and so on. So also this is taken into consideration in the software, and this can be considered as a typical use case for the software application. And here we are going to see where our solution is positioned, where our controller is positioned against some competitors that we have seen in the market. By the way, if you know more, we are interested in understanding more about potential competitors. We have listed the ruggedness. That was one of the key elements in our voice of the customer, regarding how it is important that the solution we are bringing to the market has a good ingress protection ratio, has a good temperature range, can work in different temperature range, instant vibration, and stuff like that. So we track it on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we considered the easiness to bring the solution into the market from different point of view, from the software, from the computational power, from the easy of use of the solution itself. So and as you can see, we have in the low left corner some devices that probably are also low priced, and we are competing on the right top corner with our solution against the B&R and the ASI VCU. And more or less we are positioned in the middle with the higher ruggedness against the ASI VCU, but of course with better pricing respective to the ASI VCU, and comparable to the B&R solution. But again, if you know more regarding the market, we are interested in listen more for your feedback. And now we are going into a section regarding the key value proposition. Where is our value in our package? We listed some items for the end user, the value for the end user, and the value for the OEM. The end, the fact that with autonomous solution, with our controllers, with our software, they can perform the task with higher precision. That means to do the same faster and more reliable, to be more productive in doing the same task. It can be also safety because the simple obstacle collision avoidance function can prevent the hitting of an obstacle, and then it means to more safety for co-workers or avoiding damages to the machine itself or other machine. The fact that using our autonomous control library, the developers can develop the solution faster and being in the market earlier means more sales, means to become a reference and more into the details this value. And the fact that Danfoss is a very strong partner and want to be a very strong partner in autonomy with all the package of our solution. So you look at different supplier, but you can look at Danfoss as the full autonomy solution provider for you. And here we tried to list 3 use cases where we made our experience when developing autonomy, because basically the autonomous package is the result of different projects we made for some customers. And here we tried to summarize these use cases where we applied the software, and also our controllers in this project with these customers. And we listed 3 use cases, starting with the number 1, where precision was the key. Basically, was seeing millions of dollars in damage. This is typically in the ground support use case with the airplane. And this customer for us was asking the support of an autonomous solution to do the task of getting closer to the airplane in a high-speed manner, but in a safely manner. Safely means, in this case, for the airplane in particular, to not damage the airplane. And the value here was that we have been able to support use case and avoiding that the machine was hitting against the airplane. And this was a very important money saving for the end customer. The use case number 2 was is basically a project that we made there with in mind, where our direct customer was missing people, experienced people to do some task. And basically being able to automatize some on the machine, the customer has been able to get rid of the labor shortage of the unexperienced laborers and perform the same task, harvesting or whatever it was, or seeding, in a productivity manner. The case was again due to unexperienced people working on a road, and the unexperience basically was leading to make the same task several times in order to make it in a good with autonomy, with the support of autonomy, the customer has been able to make the even unexperienced people to make their task, to spend their time in an effective manner, and do the task only once. And of course, this led to cost saving of task not repeated. The key value proposition for the end user operator. Basically, that it can perform a precision task in a faster and more reliable manner that can be improve the productivity of the machine itself and the operator, and the safety of the operator itself, site safety for workers and surrounding machines can be increased. And this brings the value of autonomy if compared to a traditional machine. The first example can be applied where the machine is using Propel. The Propel functions can be in some way automatized, and this the fact that you can automatize. You can make autonomous the Propel function. This will allow the operator to put his attention task, and they don't have to look at the road or where they are going, and so on. And they can put the attention on other important tasks. So that means that they can perform the same task in a faster manner, and that is resulting, of course, in less hours, increased productivity, if you consider, or the fact that you have been faster in doing the same activity. And the value can be easily calculated by counting how many hours per day and per machine it can be saved. The other value that we are proposing here is again where Propel can be some way made autonomous, and again the operator can put his attention on other tasks that are performed by the machine, because the machine, we have to remember, is not only moving forward or reverse, but is also as an attachment or is doing a specific job. And the idea here is that by putting the right attention to other tasks, the operator can do in a very good way that has not to be repeated a second or even a third time. And the value here is that you can think how many repeated tasks per machine we can save. And here is the value or the cost saving for the end user. Last example for the end user, for the value for the end user, is about safety. Again, here the example is based on Propel, where the Propel functionality can be some way made autonomous, and I can say is invaluable, the safety of the people surrounding the machine. So we can count, we cannot dollarize, but there are insurances that can do this for us, and they help us, so to say, in quantify the value of people and things, and just to how much you can save in case your machine is not colliding with other machine, in the best case, people in the worst. So this can be some way dollarized, and the cost saving of insurance costs is the value here. And here we are going to see some examples for the value proposition for the OEM regarding easiness to develop with the plus one guide and with the plus one autonomous control library. The fact that having a strong partner like Danfoss that can bring any kind of product and solution, so they don't have to be in the middle between supplier A and supplier B in discussions. If something, of course, is not working like expected, and the fact that having our solution that will be faster, and they can be add a price premium on autonomous solution, or they can increase the market share with their machine. This will bring increase of productivity, increase of precision, and increase of safety. So the task here basically that the fact here is that by using a plus one and the autonomous control library, the customer is faster in bringing its solution to the market. And of course, when you are entering a market with a new solution, when you are competing with new things, with the new with autonomy, of course, and if you are faster than your competitor, you will play a huge difference, and will end up in more sales. And here is the value. So more sales because you have been faster. Another example is about the reduction of the research and development cost because you are the autonomous control library. Our autonomous control library has many tested functionalities when it is released, has a lot of support regarding different kind of sensors, and the blocks that we are supplying in the autonomous control library will help R&D to develop their solution, to customize, to tailor their solution based on these blocks in a faster manner. And this will means as effect faster in the market and less expenses on the research and development department. So that will be a cost saving for the OEM. Additionally, having for the OEM, having an autonomous solution on their machine, they can expect only because the higher technology put on that will mean at the end for the operator, for the end user, higher precision, higher productivity, higher safety. OEMs can get benefit of this increased values on his machine, and can apply price premium on the machine itself. And also we made some investigation, and some research are showing that autonomy, when it will be level 4 and level 5, the machine with this kind of level of autonomy will have higher price respect to the standard machine. Be able to sell at 200 or more market price if they compare to an on level 3 autonomy market. M is the functionalities will increase the machine value, and basically the this can be added as um, can can having more market share, having successful in the select the customer by the OEM, for sure will increase the brand value, but also the fact that there will be more machines sold because more customer will buy this machine because of the value in precision, in productivity, in safety, and this will end up in an increased market share by the OEM. And of course, this is a value because the OEM will be able to sell more machines. Some point for the OEM is like slightly anticipated in the previous slide, is that Danfoss is a reliable partner for autonomy. We took this journey, and we want to go ahead with further development. We have in our pipeline the controller, for instance, the XM200 will be released next year. So we took this journey, and we will follow up this journey from the hardware standpoint and also for the software standpoint, bringing more and more software solution to our customer. And key value for because they have only one interface to discuss, just in case of problem for experience thing that is related to autonomy. And this is difficult to calculate, but we can try to calculate by thinking to the saving about development, about the saving, the support, of course, divided by the number of machine, and this is the value per machine that we can bring to our OEM. To summarize all the value I just described, we are preparing a whole value calculator tool. Basically is an Excel file of different tabs, and on these tabs you can, by asking directly to your customer, for instance, what is the value of the insurance you are paying every year, why you are paying so much, and what if what will you pay if the damages will be decreased by 50%, then this tool can easily help you in calculating what are the to dollarize what are the benefits for your end for your customer. And there are several tabs where based on the productivity, based on safety increased, based on precision, being able to do some task faster. So you can enter these numbers, and these numbers that the customer can tell you, you will be able to quantify the value of the customer. And we will make this tool available to you when at the launch. So here we have recapturing different value proposition for each stakeholder in the company. So what does it mean for the CEO, for the leadership, having an autonomous solution? Of course, it's important to be ahead of technology, to have reduced risk on the project by using good solution, proven solution, tested solution. And of course, this will also mean reducing you are using 2.0 software, and that will mean a shorter development cycle and faster to be faster in the market. For the marketing, for the stakeholder marketing at your OEM, it means that you will maintain the leadership in technology. You will be able to make new machine and differentiate the features of your machine. For engineering, the same as marketing, differentiating the machine features, but also be able to be faster, and meaning savings in the cost of development, and reduce the risk because of using software blocks that are tested by Danfoss. For the software development, for sure, having pre-tested some kind of solution, and of course the software development department can concentrate only on the solution, on tailoring the solution itself, will be a benefit. And for customer, they will be able to purchase a competitive solution by buying the XM100 and the autonomous control library. We want to be your partner, and we settled up teams and people. And here you can see for different areas, for sales, for product, for software, for system integration, we have people that can support you and answer your question, or support you questions open, question for sales, question for the product itself, when it will be released, when the software will be released. We have seen. So we have different people that can support you at 360 degrees. Just come to us and ask. And remember, always the account managers, the SIE are the primary interface, but behind these guys there are teams that are working to support our primary interfaces. As I anticipated, Danfoss started the journey. So the XM100 for level 3 is just the first step, but we are looking forward, and we have in our pipeline what we call XM200, so a stronger and more power solution, computational power, and some kind of devices internal to the controller itself, with more and advanced support for sensors. We have in our pipeline the XM200 that will be released next year, for to able to support what we call a kind of 5, starting to look at machine learning, at vision computing, and this is our next step in the direction of level 4 and level 5, where the full autonomy, the complete vision analysis will be made available on XM series controller. So with capability of self-driving, but this will come in the future, not in a short future, but we started this journey, and we want to keep the pace of the technology in our market. And this was the